We adopted Bruce a couple Decembers ago. Wasn't planned, wasn't prepared, but when Spirit appoints a soul, you don't need a reason, just room. He's a Pitsky, pit bull and husky in one miraculous mix. Black tuxedo coat, white belly and boots, and a tail tipped like ink dipped in light. But it's the eyes. Blue like glacier fire, electric, wolfish, ancient. Eyes that are seen wrongly. He looks terrifying if you don't know him. If you catch him in the dark, in a doorway, mid-bark. He's 65 pounds of muscle and misunderstood lineage. A dog whose very shape feels like a warning label. But he's the sweetest boy, loyal, gentle, loves belly rubs and sunbeams and squeaky things. He's not a threat, but someone thought he was. A delivery driver came one day, food in hand. My husband opened the door, and Bruce barked in greeting, tail wagging, doing what dogs do when someone nears the pack. The man froze, eyes wide, and put the food on the ground like an offering to a god, and backed away. Later, I got a voicemail. Unintentional, background noise and beeps, but I heard his voice clear.
I mean, he opened the door. When these people open the door and the dog right there, I'm stepping back. I'm not going to get bit by these people, man. And they hear something, and you know what's going to happen? If something do happen, they got to run from their responsibility.
These people, gonna run. He wasn't talking to me, but his fear was. And it got me thinking. He didn't see Bruce. He saw something else. A past, a bite, a bark that became a bruise. He saw a memory, not a mammal, a ghost of harm projected onto a present that wasn't dangerous at all. That's when it hit me. Perception isn't passive. It's creation. And perception through the lens of trauma isn't observation. It's protection. Science calls this neuroception. It's the body's way of scanning for threat before the brain can form a thought. It's the amygdala flaring, the nervous system preparing, the heart rate rising, all before you know why. You don't choose it. It chooses you until you retrain what safety feels like. So of course he backed away. He wasn't meeting Bruce. He was meeting a moment from his past, dressed in fur and fangs and blue-eyed lightning. And so what happens when we treat a thing like a threat? It becomes one. Because everything reacts to how it's received. Treat someone with suspicion, you'll meet their defense. Assume betrayal, you'll shapeshift love into war. This is how perception creates reality. Not because it changes what is, but because it changes how we move, speak, and respond. And that changes everything. Spirit says it this way. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. To the pure, all things are pure. And if your eye is single, your whole body is full of light. But if your eye is split, if your lens is fear, if your sight is scarred, then the world will look like a weapon even when it's holding a gift. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. And we cast shadows on the innocent because we're still trembling in our own night. It's so important to ask, how often do I bark at love because it reminds me of a loss? How often do I back away from an opportunity, a miracle, a Bruce in disguise because it triggers something that bit me before? Who have I labeled as unsafe when they were just unfamiliar? What part of me is still guarding the door long after the danger has passed? You are never just reacting to what's in front of you. You are interacting with what's inside of you. And until that changes, until the eye of your heart is cleansed, until the nervous system learns a new song, you will misname the blessing. So I bless the man, I bless the fear, I bless the food he left like an altar at our gate, and I bless Bruce, my sweet boy with the scary face, for being the sermon I didn't know I needed, because perception creates reality. So choose to perceive love, to speak life, to train the eye for light, even in the face of bark and bone. And if we ever open the door again and someone recoils, remember, they aren't seeing us. They're seeing something they haven't healed. And maybe, just maybe, our gentleness can be the new perception they never knew they needed. Be loved and be loved, beloved.